Hello and welcome to the Futro Hidden Movie Gems podcast. I'm your host, Ty Spiker Christensen. Eh, I'm your retainer. Except I'm doing a wrong impression. I just like saying it in Italian. Forrest Whitaker didn't sound like that, but anyway, I just think it's funnier saying it as an Italian. Italian accents are the best. Anyway, we've got Jordan Christensen on the podcast.
They do. They make it like it's less intense, like
Yeah.
that they're about to murder somebody when they do it with an Italian accent for some
Hey,
reason.
well, you
Um,
got blood on my shoes.
he he's he's flying with the birdies. It's that was one of my favorite lines.
And we've got
That was
Cameron
such a
Mickle
big.
and we got Cameron Mickle on the podcast.
In ancient cultures, bears were considered equal with men. Saying no ancient culture here, mister? Sometimes it is.
So today we are talking about Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai. This movie came out in 1999. Does feel like ahead of its time, that's for sure. His director was Jim Jarmusch. Jarmusch stars Forrest Whitaker, Henry Silva, John Tormey, and a few others. I'll read the plot synopsis for anyone that hasn't heard of this movie because I don't think anyone's ever heard of this. An African American mafia hitman who models himself after the samurai of old finds himself targeted for death by the mob. Dude, it's an awesome plot synopsis. The one thing they're leaving out with this plot synopsis is just how goofy and cartoonish the mob is in this movie. Like, and I'll tell you what, anyway, I've got a lot about this movie I got to talk to you guys about because I do like it a lot more now than my initial viewing, and I want to rewatch it actually. So, congratulations, Jordan. You tricked me, but you set my expectations wrong. So, my first time watching this movie, Jordan tells me this is like Boondock Saints meets Leon the
Leon
Professional.
the Professional.
He got the Leon the Professional part right. But the Boondock Saints, while that movie is goofy, the mafia is not played as a joke. Like they're to be taken seriously. If Jordan had told me that the mafia in this movie is supposed to be about as threatening as the mafia in the movie See Spot Run, you should try some of this with the tomato. Like
Which one of
literally,
them? I think one of the guys was
probably.
from C Spot Run.
He probably
Yeah.
was. I don't think he actually was, but the problem was I was not prepared for a satire of mob culture and their influence due to the melding of bureaucracy and capitalism and everything else. So I was not prepared for that. And of course, when you said Leon the Professional, I was waiting for like a menacing counterpart to Forrest Whitaker's bad
Oh, I'm
A
sorry.
samurai. And that's
Uh,
not your fault. I just literally was like, oh, I'm waiting for the big baddie to show up. And I'm like, the big baddies are incompetent, bumbling buffoons. And that's totally fine. I just
no,
wasn't expecting it. So it definitely felt like
yeah.
a rug pull, but it's not your fault. Like I said, I just had the wrong expectations. I really like this movie now, like a lot more.
Well,
I've seen a lot.
I wasn't talking about like the thing as the whole being Leon the Professional,
Right,
just
right.
like segments. I
No,
was just
and
talking
and
about like
he
this little
he's
segment.
very much is like Leon the Professional. It's just there's no
Yeah.
fanatic Gary Oldman unhinged. Like no one that I feared in this movie. And again, I love Leon the Professional so much, but it's just as good as that I love the actor that plays Leon and Gary Oldman's performance as the unhinged lieutenant or whatever. So anyway, so my expectations were probably wrong going into this, but I feel like this is kind of like some of my favorite movies over time were the ones that I didn't like the first time I saw it, like No Country for Old
Mm.
Men, and it's one of my top four favorite films of all time. In fact, I would go as far as to say it's now approaching my number one. Kept thinking it was Dark Knight for the longest time, but I honestly think I like No Country more. So anyway, that being said,
Let's go.
let's get into this movie. So yeah, Jordan, what was it like watching it for the first time and then you rewatching it for the podcast?
Haven't rewatched it. I'm afraid to rewatch it because of
I think it's gonna get
usually
better on rewatch, yeah.
I hope so, but
Yeah.
I just had such a good experience. I'm just so worried that it
Let's not
won't be
forget
as
Jordan
good.
had sandwiched Ghost Dog between a bunch of trash. I mean, like absolute garbage. So by
Yeah, that's
comparison,
true too.
this is the
So
Mona Lisa
that's
in
why
in
I
a
know that's why I was
grocery
like
store.
when you said you wanted to review it, I was a little nervous
Yeah.
too because I'm like I don't know if it really is as good as I like because I put it in my top 100 and I'm like this is amazing, but like you said, I just watched so much terrible movies, so many that I'm just like maybe that helped this. And also I had no expectations from this because a guy from work recommended it and I'm like, all right, I'll watch it.
I'll give it a
I'll
shot.
get around to it. And it finally hit $5 bin and so I'm like, all right, I might as well check it out. I just at first, like Ty said when he texted, he was like, ugh, like driving in a car. And I thought the same thing. I was like, this is kind of boring.
Yeah.
And then it kicks off
But to its credit, it sets
movies.
the
So
tone. That's what the movie does. And
mm,
again, I was like, oh, is this a movie suffering from bad pacing? And I was like, no, no, no. This is the pace that's kept throughout the film. So they did a good job at setting the tone. So, but I like you, yeah, I was like, oh, maybe this is just outdated. Like they used to not edit movies, but it's like you're just along for the ride, dude. Like you're just literally following Ghost Dog on his day to day. I'm like, dude, movies like this totally like set up Pulp
that scene
Fiction and
when
all that. Yeah.
that scene when he played totally as Craig Zoller's Brawl in Cell Block 99, where he's just like
Mm.
taking off the license plate. Like I just like when things play out, like kind of that slow, just like what is he up to? Like when the pipe, and you're just like, what is he gonna do? And then he just the
Comes in
laser going
singing
straight up.
Milli Vanilli
What the?
right through the pipes, dude.
Yeah, that's right. That's
It's
right. He
awesome.
was singing that.
It's awesome. Cameron, how about you? What was your first viewing of this movie like?
Hold on, you go first, Ty, because in the like 2 seconds of the NBA Finals, but watching this, I didn't really know what to expect. Um, just because like I'd seen Jordan's review, but I just don't remember a whole lot about Boondock Saints. I just remember like enjoying it, and obviously like I the first viewing of Leon the Professional I loved, and then like I think as my second or third viewing, I was kind of like
See,
didn't love it as
that's what I
much.
was afraid of. That's why I haven't rewatched this because also Leon the
Well,
Professional, it's not
you're
as
wrong.
good
Leon
on
the Professional is
rewatch.
amazing. Gets better
Yeah,
with
I don't know
rewatch.
if it's just like the weirdness of like their relationship, but um
Yeah.
that like that's where I think this one was like I was just really impressed with. Even at the beginning of this, I was kind of like I don't really know what to expect, but I like the first 20 minutes, I was like, "Oof, this is gonna be a tough watch," and then I got like really invested earlier on. As soon as he kind of got to the like their house, and then like to the person that he's going to kill and he kills him, and then you see the conflict, and then you see kind of how like it starts to create that conflict. That's what I was like, okay, I'm invested, because at first I was just going to be like what is this, he's talking about samurais, he's like putting in random music,
Even
like
if
it
my
was just
head is
really
removed from my
weird vibes.
shoulders, I'm still an unstoppable or
It's,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah, and I was
Still
like
have.
what am I watching, but
He's
then
like,
I was
even without his head, what the freak does all that mean?
yeah, but I was really impressed with from then on. I just thought it was like a really fun kind of character study, and it was like a whole lot of less is more, and I just thought the performance was amazing overall, and just like really enjoyable.
Yeah, a sleeper hit, you
And
know?
I
It,
told Drew
yeah.
that I was like, I feel like this is exactly his type of movie. And I
Yeah.
told him, I was like, have you
Mm.
ever seen this? I was like, I feel like you'd love this. And he was like, no, it's been on my watch list forever. I just haven't found a place to watch it.
Yeah. Just like I'll say, like I think this is probably one of my favorite performances from Forrest Whitaker that I've seen. Like I don't know, like I never saw his like he played like some ambassador from some country or a king from some country and got the Academy
Mm.
Award for that. I think he was like some dictator or something. Anyway, I haven't seen like many Forrest Whitaker movies. The only one that comes to mind is Panic Room and this and like
Forgot
maybe
he's in
Rogue
Panic
One.
Room.
Was that?
Forgot he's
Rogue
in
One,
Rogue
yeah.
Yeah,
One.
I know, right? You forget he's in Panic Room because
Yeah.
Jared Leto's in it, and it's hard to remember anyone else. I even forget that it's Jodie Foster and Kristen Stewart. Anyway, but anyway, so
Oh, Jared
Forrest
Leto's in
Whitaker,
it. I
like
don't remember that.
he's doing a lot with this, and I'm just, yeah, to me, it's like it's so weird when I think if it's 1999, this movie does still feel very much ahead of its time because, like, I feel like a movie like this could get made today, but it would be like so niche. And maybe this was niche. I don't know if like a lot of people do. I don't really know if it did well at the box office or anything like that. But like I just am I'm wildly impressed with like again, my initial thought was just like, oh, like mafia. Like I did not expect the mafia to just be like these bumbling buffoons. It was just so funny. Like some kid yelling out his window. He's like, "Yeah, screw you, guys." He's like throwing like shoes at him, and they're like, "Hey, little kid, little punk," like, and they literally don't have any power or authority anymore. And then they like go up on the rooftop and he goes, "Yeah, he said it was some black guy caring for the pigeons." And then he's like, "Is that him?" He's like, "Oh no, man, he looks like some Indian fella." He's talking about like some Native American. So like, don't worry, they're equally racist toward every group of people here.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
he's like, "That's not him." And then he shoots the pigeon next to him. Why that made me laugh so hard.
Oh, I love it.
He's like, he's sending me a carrier pigeon. He's like, "What the freak? You communicating to him through a carrier pigeon?" I don't know. I thought that was so funny. Like Italians make me laugh. But anyway, yeah, not
Yeah,
the
they
tone I
do.
was expecting. Like literally, I was like, if Jordan had told me this was Leon the Professional meets Oscar starring Sylvester Stallone, I probably would have understood it better because there's literally a scene where Ghost Dog bursts into the door and the guy gets him and goes, "It's that Ghost Dog samurai killer." And he has a heart attack and falls on the ground and dies. And Forrest Whitaker slowly lowers his dual wielding pistol and like lowers it to only
Oh.
one, trained on the only other guy in the room. It is literally like the funniest thing where it's like the epic shootout you're expecting. He goes in, he's got both guns akimbo, and he literally lowers one because one just took himself out with a heart attack. It's like
Oh my gosh.
that comical and it's funny. And anyway, I just
But I
No,
thought,
thought
the
that
part,
even that was a great visual where you just see him lower the other gun and then he
oh,
just
yeah, like
keeps
a
the other
dual
one pointed at
wielding,
the dude.
yeah, dude, like a dual wielding samurai. It's freaking awesome. And like the way he moves with his pistols, very much like it's a firefight from Willem Dafoe
yeah.
and Boondock,
Well,
like
and I
flipping
laughed
juices.
so hard when he shoots his boss a second time in the shoulder, the
Yes.
same spot. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh
Remember,
shoot.
I'm your retainer. I'm your retainer. You shot me in the same arm. Dude, and then there was one of my favorite scenes is where it's an awesome scene where he and uh what was his name? The I'm just blanking on his name right now. The guy he's protecting, John Tormey, played Louis, when he's with him behind the brick wall and the guy's approaching, ready there to kill him, and then Ghost Dog just pops around the corner and just wastes the guy. That was such a sick scene. Like so cool. Like getting the drop on a guy that was there to kill him, protecting him. He has this code, so
And
even though he's part of a group that's trying to kill, like they ordered the hit, Ghost Dog does the hit, and now they're like, well, we gotta kill this Ghost Dog guy. It's so funny. Like again, the mafia is so insane in this movie. Like literally,
the other thing I forgot to
just
compare it to, Ty,
yeah,
was John Wick because the birds instead of a dog, it was
yeah.
well,
You heard a pigeon, yeah,
for for a minute though, when he sees the dog, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be John Wick," because he
yeah.
like, but the dog doesn't come with him. But I like it. There's kind of
Right.
this like weird, like,
He
because there's
likes
like I
he likes
love
his
the
birds,
huh?
man. This, he wants his birds.
It wants those
Is this a
birds.
real
I knew
bird?
you would say that.
I want my bird.
I
My
want my
bird.
birds. Is this a
I
real
just
bird?
love there's this like this aside from just loving, like you said, the Italian mafia and them like shooting each other up, there's all this like overarching other stuff going on, like the samurai, him being a samurai, and like him kind of living in the past, like you said, the pigeon. Like, what the fudge is he sending messages from a pigeon?
There's just
Like,
bird shiz everywhere, dude.
yeah, I just love that they're like,
We should
he's
trash the
living.
place. Send him a message. I don't think he's gonna get that message. This guy's got
I don't
worms
think
in
he's
his
gonna get the
nose.
message, boss. Um,
Got pigeons
I
everywhere.
just I love it because there's a scene in Sin City when the guy's like narrating and he's like, this guy, if he was living back in the day, like he's basically living in the wrong day and age because they would
Mm.
throw a woman at him if he was in the gladiator pits and he would just tear people apart. But it's just, I think like this guy, I think he's just in the wrong era because he's like a
Or
samurai
yeah,
and
he lives by a code in a world that
yeah,
it doesn't benefit him to, but he's so principled and disciplined, you respect him. And I think it's cool that even like other gangsters in the neighborhood, they all respect him too. They're like, dude, it's Ghost Dog. Like everyone like knows him by reputation. even though his only friend is some child at an ice cream parlor guy run by a French speaking,
which which is
Jamaican.
why it reminded me of Leon the Professional because
Yeah,
like at the very end I was like, oh, is this girl gonna like take on the
take
mantle?
on the
Like,
role, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, they need to do Leon the Professional too. I'm just saying. Natalie Portman could
Well,
still do it. I'm just
that's
saying she's
oh,
an
I was gonna say
action star.
I was gonna write in my review that they could do like this girl from Ghost Dog and then Natalie Portman as they like team up
Dude,
together.
that dude, that would be such a sick blended universe. See, now I'm all on board, dude. Ghost Dog, you call it Ghost Dog the Professional, holy
But
cow.
I I removed it from my review because I'm like, these spin-offs suck. I don't like it's like this movie's perfect as is. I don't want any more
Oh,
sequels,
did they do
prequels.
other movies off of this one?
No,
Oh,
I'm just saying any
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
we don't need more
It's a
sequels.
perfectly contained story, yeah.
It's a yeah, it's a great movie. We don't need more.
So, so Disney, stay away. All right,
Yes, please
don't mess
don't
with
touch
this.
this film.
Disney ain't touching this with a
They're gonna milk you till you're
29 and a
90.
half foot pole, man.
All right, dude. So let's get into two of our favorite things. Jordan, hit us up, man. You're the one that recommended this movie to us. Well, I would say recommended. You gave it such a glowing review,
I
so I'm curious, what were your two favorite things that called out to you?
I mean, we've kind of already mentioned it, but I just there was a moment in the film that I was like, I think I love this movie, and I mean, besides all the hilarious gangster stuff, which is also so funny, that's just probably the second thing. But the other one is just that moment when they're looking at the guy when his ice cream buddy that he can't understand at all, even though there's a few moments where they can communicate, and they're saying he's like,
I know it's probably sundown and you have business to attend to.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But that moment when they're on top of the roof and they're seeing this guy build a boat, for whatever reason, that just like called to me. I was just like, I love when films find little moments. They're like little golden nuggets, like in all the weird craziness of the world. They're just like, look at this guy building this boat. Like, I don't know why. It was like really special. There's something interesting about it.
In a way,
So
we all are building boats on our roofs, right? In case of a rainy day or something.
I love too the guy's like, how is he gonna get it off? Like,
My favorite part is the fact that he says to him in French. They're discussing it in English and French, and then they say it to him in French. And then the guy's like, "Ah, no hablo."
Yeah, he speaks it.
And
Was it
he speaks
Italian?
Spanish.
Yeah, or
No,
it's
I thought he
yeah, he
speaks
spoke.
Italian or
I think it was
Spanish. Yeah. And
Italian.
I'm just
Yeah,
like,
so it's like English, Spanish, or
he's
English,
like, no
French,
entiendo.
Italian. Yeah, that was great. So yeah, none of them communicate to each other, but they're all living by some kind of code that's bigger than themselves, right? They have like their I think that makes such a good, interesting protagonist as someone that's principled, right? I mean, whether antagonist or protagonist, like the reason I love Javier Bardem so much in the No Country for Old Men
No
is because
country.
again, he operates under these rules and you're like, what is containing him? But it's like somehow that's more interesting than just a full-blown psychopath. And even Joker, I like how he points at society, like when with Christopher Nolan's Joker, he's acting like he still does seem like a really principled guy because he still manages to take down the mob. He still manages to take down Batman. Like, even though he acts like chaos, it's very carefully orchestrated. I remember someone pointing that out to me, and I was like, that is really funny irony that Joker pretends to be like, oh, I'm just an agent of chaos. It's like, if you're an agent of chaos, you certainly do a lot of planning, meticulous planning that to pull all of these things off. It's like that's structure and order. Like it's not just happenstance. Now, sometimes he seems to
Well,
get lucky and it's chaotic, but yeah.
well, and it's just also ironic the fact that he doesn't believe in like he believes in anarchy, but yet he like leads a gang of goons. It's like, so you're the leader, isn't that
Yeah,
exactly what you're like? And so, that's why the idea of like anarchist, it's like essentially you're like I'm anarchy for what's currently instituted.
yeah,
You're like
yeah.
I would rather be
We
like
all need
in
to take it
place,
down. Yeah, I could be doing a
well,
better
and to
job,
create
right?
anarchy though, you need like,
order, yeah, to
yeah,
take it
it's
down,
Need
yeah.
weird,
some
yeah.
muscle. Need some muscle, man. Revolution. Anyway, so yeah, that I like you, Cameron. I think that this movie says a lot about that, about principled people that make interesting protagonists and or antagonists because when someone refuses to break a code, even when it flies in the face of like convenience, maybe even self-preservation at times, where it's like, I'm your retainer. It's like Louis is trying to get him killed, but did save him one time. But even what I loved about this movie is unreliable narrator. Both of them have different views on what was happening there. If you watch it subtly, when you rewatch it, Louis uh, was being drawn upon and shot, as opposed to Forrest Whitaker being drawn upon and shot. Did you see that subtle difference? It blew my mind when I saw it because I was like, that's the most interesting thing about this movie. Louis saw it as he was drawing his gun on him because he goes, leave the kid alone. The guy draws his gun and almost kills Forrest Whitaker, is how Forrest Whitaker remembers it. But when he tells the guy draws the gun on Louis and Louis shoots him. But it gained a loyal follower. So he's like, I'm your retainer. I owe you for sparing my life. But it's just so interesting that the event plays out differently in two different things. So I just thought that was really
Oh,
interesting.
yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you're right. It did
it
play out different for
it
both,
it
and I didn't
changes the
realize it
meaning.
was from their perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just very interesting because again, Forrest Whitaker, even in this, let's assume Forrest Whitaker is wrong because why would they show us two different versions? At least in his mind, he is so principled that he acts the way he does because he believed this event took place is still really interesting, even if it's a false narrative that makes him believe what he does. He's still a very fascinating character, even if he's misguided or so I find that really
see,
interesting.
see to me,
Yeah.
see to me, that's like the exact groundwork that almost that could have worked for the Amazing Spider-Man 2,
Mm.
like for Shocker, or what's his name?
Jamie Foxx as
Uh,
Electro.
yeah, Electro Man, or what? I can't
It's
remember why I can't
Electrode.
remember the name of the.
It's Electrode.
Are you sure?
Yeah. He gets his gap tooth fixed
Uh,
by eels in a
No, I
tank.
know
I
that,
don't know
but
why
but
it
but
fixes
like I
gap
like that
teeth, but they
concept
did.
that like the obsession over like essentially like maybe a misinterpretation or just like a single interaction,
Mm.
and it's just like, oh my gosh, yeah, this dude's so noble and always does right by me. He needs me, and then it's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
bro, like
It,
He
like
took the
we have
wrong
limited
lesson. Yeah.
interaction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
He took
exactly.
his
the
name
wrong
is
Um,
lesson.
Electro, by the way.
Electro.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, Electrode's a Pokemon.
Did I throw the D on the end? I might have.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Self-destruct. No.
I'm like, it can't be. But no, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, but
And do you already say your two things, Ty, or
yeah, I
you're,
was
you're
kind of
still you
getting
have your
that was
second?
one of them was the fact that you have such a principled man. I love this character because Leon the Professional again is also like he's a contract
Yeah. No woman,
killer.
no kids.
Yeah, no, yeah, he has these rules and yet he ends up taking this girl under his wing and shelters her and protects her, but he has this code that he lives by. And there's just something really cool about a guy that gets tested against his morals and principles, but refuses to back down. And it's like, there's just something to admire, even if you don't agree with the principles or even agree with what the character does in general, right? He's a hitman. It's like, kills mob bosses. Like, you technically shouldn't be rooting for him, but you're like, I can't help but respect him. So, I think that's fascinating. So really great for a character. And then secondly, I'd say I really enjoyed after a while, I really started getting into the humor of it because I didn't know if I was supposed to be laughing because I was like, this is really corny. But then like, I was like, it was the moment where the kid's just yelling out his window, mocking these men, and they don't do anything. Like they're yelling at the kid, "Hey, you snot-nosed little Brett, quit throwing," and he's like, screw you, screw off. He's just like throwing stuff down out his window at the mob, these two mob men, and they're like, they can't do anything to stop the kid. They're just a joke. And that's when I finally made the connection because I was like, they're
I,
not threatening, they're
I
not menacing, but I just didn't
I
know that
honestly
they
saw it
were.
more as like a moment of how more real everything is. Like maybe you see it as cartoonish, which they do show a lot of cartoons every time the mafia is just staring at
Well,
cartoons
that's what
constantly.
I'm saying. Yeah, no,
Uh,
you're
but
proving my point here.
what
They
I'm saying
are,
is like
yeah.
there's kind of like I was just thinking of the moment in Departed when the guy like throws a toy at what's his name, Leonardo DiCaprio, and he gets hit in the head. He's like, "Oh, what the fudge!" Like there's just a lot of those moments in like
So I'll
I
throw it
don't
out
know.
here. There's not a single time where anyone of the mob was threatening. Like not once. Not in this movie. Like they're a
Well,
joke.
I thought so when they shot they killed all his birds and they were like Gotta send him a
Jordan,
message,
do you hear yourself? They shot a couple of defenseless pigeons. That's sad, but it's not menace. Like, yes, they're trying to send a message, but again, it's almost comical. Like
I
when they
don't
shoot
think he's
that
gonna get
pigeon
that
on the
message
roof,
across.
I literally laughed out loud. It was so ridiculous. Like I was like, oh, you better not, you know. And then the one guy, he's not even armed and he's ready to kill these two men. He's just like, you guys are useless, you know? Anyway. Yeah, they are meant to
Well,
be a
but they did.
joke.
They
And
killed an innocent man that they thought was him, and he's like, they said just shoot on sight.
they just shot some other black guy. I guess all Italians think black people look alike. I couldn't believe it. Anyway,
No,
yeah,
they
this
didn't
movie
know what he
was,
looked like.
I know, right? It was so great. But anyway, so yeah, so that I finally got the rhythm of the humor because like I said, I didn't anticipate that because I kept thinking like
Eh,
I'm thinking like
You
John
haven't
Wick, even
seen.
though John Wick did a better job because even with the mob boss, when he talked about John Wick in the first one, he's like, La Vallega, like La Vallega's coming. He's the hitman and he killed a man with a pencil. Like he had this air of like cartoon. This one, I guess maybe because it was a product of 1999, I just did not know that there would be satire. Again, it just feels like ahead of its time. It feels like they would make a movie like this today,
Well,
but
you need to
not
watch because you haven't seen Sopranos, right? Like, there's
I've
quite a bit
s-
of humor,
yeah, no, no.
and
And
then 2 seconds later, somebody's like murdering somebody. You're like, oh,
right.
these
No,
guys are
and
like
there's a
really
difference
funny,
between
but
dark
also
humor. There's a difference between
yeah,
dark humor. I know what you're talking about because yes, like even
and
Jack
like
Nicholson,
more
oh, she fell
cartoonish.
funny. Yeah, like what do you mean? You really got to see somebody, Frank. She fell funny, after he shoots her in the back of the
Yeah,
What's
head,
that
right?
from? The
That's The
Sopranos
Departed, yeah.
or Sopranos?
Yeah, yeah. No, it's The
Oh, The
Departed.
Departed.
The Departed.
Jack
Yeah,
Nicholson shoots her. Anyway, and I understand the dark humor and all that stuff, but again, the mob just never ended up being threatening. So I really like the tone of humor. I just totally didn't. It came out of left field, and I was not expecting it. Like if someone had told me, like, "Oh yeah, I like how it like deconstructs the mob," I would have been like much better prepared because I was just slow getting it at first because again, the movie's so serious with Ghost Dog. Like Ghost Dog scenes aren't
uh,
funny. Like and so tonally it was a shift. But again, I was thrilled because I love that Ghost Dog just methodically takes these guys out and it's great. So yeah, anyway, those are my two favorite things. So principled men and characters make really interesting characters and that won't, betray their morals or go back on their code. And then the humor finally got to me when
yeah.
I finally clicked. I was like, am I supposed to be laughing? Is literally how I felt at first. And then I was like, yeah, dude, I was definitely supposed to be laughing. So anyway, like you said, Jordan, the cartoons, I literally realized like, oh, anytime you see an adult watching a cartoon, they are making a point of what's going on in their character's head. Like there's nothing going on upstairs. These are idiots. And that's why I'm with you, Jordan. The one kid's watching like some detective show, or I can't remember what she's watching, but she's watching like an adult program. Whereas all the adults, the mobsters are all watching fetching cartoons. Like you're like, these are children, man babies. So anyway, I just thought that was funny. So Cameron, how about you? What are your two favorite things from the
Get
movie?
the pigeon.
Yeah, I think my first favorite thing is just the soundtrack. I thought it was really good and
Yeah.
like just very like the New York rap, and it reminds me a lot of one of my favorite like New York rappers who Jordan doesn't approve of his name, which is Joey Badass. So heaven forbid I say his artist name.
What was he in
Um,
this
We
movie?
should bleep out his
no,
name. Yeah,
Oh,
Joey B. There's an artist, Joey
but yeah,
Badass.
like, and I just thought like that kind of added the element of kind of very much like the hood, and I also thought that it made like all of Ghost Dog interactions with like the people so awesome. I love him just like watching the people freestyle. And at first I thought they were gonna like look at him and be like, "What are you looking at, weirdo?" And I'm like, "Oh, you don't want
Yeah,
to mess with this
yeah,
guy."
you're like,
And
oh,
then they
he's gonna
walk by him and
fight.
they're like, "Ghost Dog."
Yeah,
And I was like, yeah, what? This is sick. I'm like, bro, was literally like everyone knows like he's that guy. And also that one who like they kept saying like poetic stuff to him or whatever. He was like, never let them like conquer you or whatever. And they like bowed or was saying like random like poetic statements to each other. I'm like, this is sick. Um,
probably from
and then
Back B or whatever it's called.
yeah, but then my second favorite thing was just I just thought it was some of the like along with the soundtrack, I also really liked the sounds. I just thought the sounds were like really strange and eerie. I felt like it just also added to the fact that it makes you feel a little bit like isolated and different, like Ghost Dog feels. and just like he doesn't, it kind of feels like it almost doesn't belong, which I feel like kind of sends home more. Even like the ghost dog doesn't belong in this era. Like he's trying to be a samurai in the era of like guns and gangs and like just the future.
Yeah.
And then
Or
my
just,
second favorite
or even
thing
having
was,
honor, right? Because like there's no honor
yeah,
amongst
true.
thieves, right? Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
everyone's out to kill the people that hired him to do the job. He does the job, and they're literally trying to get him killed now. It's ridiculous. Like,
yeah,
oh.
yeah, yeah. And then my second favorite thing is I was just really impressed with like the assassinations. It was some of like the most unique ways I've ever seen anyone killed. Like the one where he's like pointing it through the sink. He was like,
What is that?
like also just thought it was really smart the way he did certain things. Like he tapes the glass and then shoots through the glass so that like it won't like completely shatter the
Right.
glass.
Yeah.
Like certain things like that I'm like, you can just tell he's like mastered his craft and is very deliberate with his kills and why he's like so swift with it. And also like kind of cheating like a third thing I like, and I kind of already mentioned it, but just like the less is more. I just felt like there was a lot of visual cues that they showed that like it almost told more of the story by not showing it. Like I loved the scene where he like pulls the gun out, was like, get out or whatever. And then he comes out or whatever, and he has like the guy's clothes or whatever, and they walk out, they're just like naked, like practically naked. Like, what the heck? Why did that dude just like rob us and leave? But it was scenes like that I felt like it just kind of set the stage really well for him. That it's like he's very deliberate with all of his actions, and that's where it made him like really sure. Like as soon as he decided, like, I've lived all I've lived, I already set up like my French buddy with all the money I have and everything. He's just like I'm ready to go. Like it left no doubt that you're like he knows what he's doing. It's not like oh no, this is like tragic. It was almost like he accepted it, and it was almost like peaceful and like calming.
Yeah.
Even though it was like he was walking into his death, he just knew like this. Otherwise, this is just going to keep snowballing and affecting more people in this hood. So I need to just like let it like snowball and stop on me. And so then him just like accepting that kind of just like dissipated it all and
Well,
just
and
made
it,
it
it
like all end.
literally is the way the samurai, right? They like take themselves out by suicide by
Yeah.
stabbing themselves. Kind of had that
Yeah.
motif where he's being shot as he's walking toward him,
Hmm.
falling on the weapon, right? Kind of
Yeah.
that's how I saw it when
Yeah.
he was shooting him. So I
True.
thought
Well,
that
Yeah.
I
was
I
thought
like
it
that.
was too because like there's his honor of like this is my master and my master decides my fate. I thought that's what it was. Did I miss that?
Are you talking about the fact
Because
that he let Libby kill him?
because he even said at the end like everyone else is dead. You don't like this is over. Like it's just me and you. There's no because he killed all the other guys. So I don't see how it would continue to snowball. Or do you think
Well,
there would
Who
be?
just like
had
he
to
said,
kill him?
you're just here. You're going to try to be the new boss. Like
Yeah,
essentially
who?
saying like there's always going to be a new like like that's why you can't kill the mob. It's the logic of Sicario. It's like
Yeah,
you can't
a new one
stop drug
rears its
trafficking.
head.
The only
Yeah,
idea is to like try to channel it and to control the one. And so that's why
because a
essentially
new one will
that
take
guy
its
was like
place. Yeah,
because that's what he essentially Ghost Dog recognizes that he's like even though all of the people have been killed, who's probably next up? The guy like who Ghost Dog has shot twice. Who it's like that guy's probably one of the
Louis.
like that
Yeah,
dude's number one like scariest people on his list that he would want to kill. And so he just understands like if like as long as I'm alive, it's just going to keep bringing like violence and chaos to this area. So I just need to like let him kill me, feel like that like knot is tied or that loose
and
end is tied,
yeah,
and then he can leave
and he can't kill him. He's his retainer. So because his honor and code, he
because of his
either
honor.
could have
Yeah,
killed him. Yeah, he
Okay,
could have
that's
killed
what
him
I
or let him
was.
get killed,
It's the
but he
honor.
won't. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So, and again, just like a samurai, like rather than get kidnapped and taken as a prisoner of war, they would do this. It's hatakuri. I
yeah.
don't know if I'm saying that right, but they stab themselves with
Oh
their own
yeah, I know what you.
sword. I can't remember what it's called, but they kill themselves rather than be taken prisoner and give up information or lose their honor. So they take their death. I'm like, dude, just like you have to be nerves of steel to be
It's called the seppuku.
seppuku.
Seppuku with like the sharp knife right in your
Seppuku.
like belly.
Seppuku.
It's Seppuku. Seppuku.
Seppuku.
Which is wild because I watched another film about back in the day. there were certain Catholics that believed if you committed suicide, you'd go to the middle place, whatever it's called, um, or maybe it was to hell. I don't know, but so they
Purgatory?
would, uh, yeah, and so they would actually murder uh, children so that way they could have because you could be forgiven for murdering a child, but you can't be forgiven for committing suicide. Is that insanity? That's
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
disgusting.
It was wild.
Anyways,
Well,
it didn't happen that much, but there were some people that did that.
What a
wow.
random tangent.
Well,
Right.
no, there's a film. It was a film I just watched. It was just so
Uh,
fascinating.
yeah. Yeah, crazy
Crazy.
when yeah,
But
you get someone that's so principled but willing to follow no matter how illogical the thing. Yeah. So
Well, I
that's
mean,
one
that's just
thing.
that's just like seven. You just look at John
Yeah.
Doe.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
believes
And
that he's
even
like
yeah.
genuinely purging the world of sin, and it's like, I mean, by torturing these people, I
Yeah.
guess.
Right, right. Yeah. It's literally it's Jigsaw. I'm doing a moral good. Now you
well,
appreciate your
it
life
it
even though you don't have half your kidneys in your eyeballs.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously, like,
thanks. Thanks, Jigsaw. I appreciate my life now that I have no limbs. Thank you.
yeah. I
And
probably
now I
would
have
have appreciated a
hepatitis
little
C
bit
for some
more having
reason.
all my
Thanks
limbs,
for that,
but
you
I,
freaking prick.
I know.
Jigsaw.
Remember showing Ty that he's just gouging at his eyes. Ty's like, "What am I watching?"
You know, it's like I guess you can go on and appreciate your life.
that's a part of the Jordan experience. Ty is having Jordan show you a Jigsaw movie just for you to be scarred.
It's part of it's the
Just
rite
like
of
me watching
passage growing up in
Spiral.
the Christensen house. Yeah, Jordan just shows you Saw even though you never asked for it and you never wanted it.
Well, okay, and just so you know, the reason I brought that up a minute ago is just because you were talking about how in his like they would kill themselves, and I was just saying it's interesting
And
that
Jordan's
like
like, speaking of suicide, you know about
Hey,
these babies?
no, I'm just saying like it's just fascinating different cultures what they
Yeah,
believe and what they'll do in
yeah.
order. I mean,
what's
because like
fascinating is there'll be people that will follow it. I'm sure people think that is about us. You know, they believe we're in a cult these days, right?
Well, I
Members of
mean,
the
that's
Church of Jesus
even
Christ of Latter-day Saints have literally not even been categorized as Christians anymore, dude.
oh yeah,
They're
did you
pushing
well,
hear
it
about
out.
and
that?
It's
well,
crazy. Yeah.
well, to me, the what this reminds me of trying to get back on topic is it reminds me a lot of like Godzilla minus one. It's like you saw that the guy was like willing, like he was so afraid of returning home, like
Mm,
in dishonor, that he was just like he was almost equally afraid of a ginormous lizard that would execute him as like returning home saying like, oh yeah, I just kind of fight in the war. And so it's kind of
yeah.
that same, I think that same like honor slash shame that
Yeah.
like Ghost Dog feels because it's like the way of the samurai, and it's like it's such a highly esteemed like part of a very um proud culture of Japanese culture. And so it's just like I feel like a double whammy where it's like Japanese culture is already very like honorable and like you do things up to a certain like code. And then on top of that, it's like, oh, the elites of the Japanese culture, which used to be like the samurais. And so I feel like that's why he felt the double like obligation that he's like, I represent you. Because I don't think he saw himself like I'm just a black guy from the hood. He genuinely saw himself in the mirror like I am a samurai, you know?
Mhm.
And so like that's what he identified more as. And that was what was more like in line with him. He's like, I need to do everything like in the way of the samurai, which I thought was really cool.
You can take well, I don't remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna say you can take the
Well,
hood out of a
the
samurai, but you
You can
can't
take the
take
man
the
out of the hood,
samurai
but you can't take
out
the
of
hood out of the man.
well,
Hey,
I'll
you can
just say
take the
the
samurai
hood
out
out of
of,
the
you can take the
samurai.
man, yeah, the man out of Japan, but
and going back to principles, I sent you also an image when we were talking about like no woman, no kids. Also made me think of in Bruges when he saw that he shot a kid and his rule was no kids, and so then he's like if you kill a kid, then you got to have principles, and it's
Mm,
just funny hearing it from a hitman, and so then he takes the gun, and
mm.
kills himself, and so I love that people like are so dedicated to their rules that they'll kill themselves. I don't
I
know
know, I'm
why
not gonna
it's
lie.
crazy.
Like, if it didn't convenience me, I'd be like, and that I don't know. I'm saying this out loud because I'm like, I don't know what it would be like to be principled enough to be willing to kill other people for hire. So it's hard for me to say that, but I'm like, if I made this mistake, would I be like, well, nobody was watching, or I killed all the witnesses? Did it really happen, or am I culpable in this? Like, kid got killed in the crossfire. It's not my fault, or whatever, right? Like, I feel like. part of me, my
No,
personality
that's just
is like,
because you're a similar person. Yeah,
I guess I'm just
you're
an
just similar to
awful person.
me,
I'm
where you
not.
just justify.
Yeah, I'm an awful human being who'd be like, yeah, I could sleep fine at night knowing I'm not principled and I
A
would kill a
a
kid in
hundred
cold
percent, bro.
blood.
I'd
Like,
be able to justify it so easy. I'd be
I
like, oh
know,
yeah,
right? Like, and I sometimes I'm like, sometimes I watch movies like this and I'm like, it would be good to start becoming more principled. Like, and I do have principles. Like, there's some that I wouldn't, like, I'm happily married. Like, there are principles that encode that I will live by. But sometimes when I watch a movie and I do
I
movie logic, I'm like,
I only don't
I
hit
was
my
in that
kids
same
if somebody's
situation.
watching.
Yeah. What's
Oh
that?
my gosh.
What was
Said
that?
only don't hit my kids if somebody's watching.
Exactly. Exactly. Best behavior. You better not. You better not behave. Um, anyway, but yeah,
But do
so
we recommend?
yeah, and do we recommend that we all try to be a little bit more principled? We can all agree on that, right, Cameron? At least you and I, Cameron. Jordan, hey, you know what? Jordan, I think you have a lot in common with Samurai Dog. Is that what his name? Ghost Dog, I'm sorry.
Samurai
Samurai Dog.
dog.
I
Yeah,
like Samurai Dog. You have a
ghost
lot in
dogs.
common because Jordan, you are a very principled man, and I got to give it to you. Jordan refuses to upload episodes of things that he disagrees with, so if they have language, I don't know if I'm stepping out of bounds. You not care to talk about this,
I
but
don't care.
okay, I admire you for it, Jordan,
Yeah,
because
Jordan also
Cameron and
refuses
I,
to like
Cameron and
my
I are going to
letterbox
hell,
reviews because
and
it
Jordan is the only
swears.
one getting into heaven. So
What the-
No,
And
that's
Jordan
no.
wants to make sure that he'll let me know, hey, I would have liked it. You could have just said, liked your review. Do I need to add the whole part about not liking it because it swore?
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said
I
like I said,
refuse
I
to
gotta have
like it
principles,
because
Cameron.
yeah,
Yeah, you said
Jordan,
I said I liked
I
it,
love
but I
it.
refused to like it because
I refuse to push the like button. I still
I
liked
know
it.
it will
Like
never make sense
we
to me,
we
but
all, we all have the natural man, Cameron.
No,
That's
Jordan, I'm
it,
gonna
it just
be
makes no sense. It
Cameron.
just makes no sense to me that you'll see, and this is me going against your Japanese code, but it's
Yes,
just funny to me that it's like
no,
you will
yeah.
promote and like a movie that has all these language and action and violence, but then it's like, but then I say two swear words in my review and you can't like it.
But
No,
Cameron,
even
you
those
should know
movies
better.
though, I even those movies like I drop stars because of all that crap. And
I was
like
just gonna say,
and
Cameron, we're like talking about Jordan being like, I'm principled. I don't like this language. I'm like, but Jigsaw, he's an excellent psychopath serial killer
Yeah,
murdering
seriously, like
these
what?
little sluts that he had. They had it
See, but
coming.
that's where me and Ty just
Little
fall more in
whores.
like the anarchist like Venn diagram, just because me and Ty are more like if you're not like just because principles are so varied that it's like oh sometimes it applies but sometimes it doesn't just because that's how humans are.
Yeah.
That's where me and Ty are like okay so just we should just apply them not at all.
And- well, it really goes down to just I like growing up. Here's a great example. Ty was okay using LimeWire. I just like
What?
it ate
Allegedly.
away at me.
Allegedly.
FBI get him.
No, I see.
FBI get him.
Jordan is,
It
I've never used LimeWire. What I used was an MP3 or MP4 converter that made MP3 files based off of YouTube videos. So I could have
oh, I've done
MP3
that. Yeah.
download. Yeah, yeah.
And
Well,
it
there
was
you
Oh, you're
go.
both
You did
incriminated.
no, no,
LimeWire.
no. So
Have fun in jail.
I'm
This is
not
being
getting re
recorded.
It's past the statute
I
of
no
limitations.
yes, statute of limitations. No, I so but I ah, see then I have this like moral scrupulosity that like eats away at me and like I had to like delete all that and then
But joke's on me, Cameron,
re-buy
because
them.
now I can't even listen to
It's
any of those songs anymore. My iPhone's like, well, now you pay for to the music. I pay Apple Music to listen to music.
yeah.
And I'm like, I can't even listen to the songs that are downloaded on my device anymore. I'm like, bro, they have phased out illegal activity.
It, well, and
They made it so
dude,
inconvenient.
everything has gotten yeah. Oh my gosh! And speaking now that I'm going
Oh,
to be thinking about
subscription.
subscriptions
Yeah, we
has
don't
gone
know.
up in price. It's infuriating. Anyways,
But that's why
I don't need to get
Yeah.
into that.
we got to buy the
But
media before you
we
buy
do
Ghost Dog.
recommend
Yeah. Sorry.
we
Oh,
do recommend Ghost
heck
Dog
yes. Heck
and
yes.
we're gonna get into what we've seen lately, and you two should go first.
We
No,
could set
yeah.
aside an
Oh
hour for
gosh. Yeah,
Cameron.
that sounded like a threat. I don't like your tone, Cameron.
No, I do just have a decent amount.
Decent
Oh wait,
amount.
one last thing I wanted to mention about this film is though
Oh,
I love also the city. Like it's really
yeah.
grimy and it just has a personality. Like there's something
Yeah.
about New Jersey. It just how they shot it and where they shot it. You're like,
Mm,
oh man, the city looks just like the slums. I love it.
yeah,
All right.
for sure. Yeah, him driving around, you just see like all this seedy underbelly of yeah, where he's at. They did a
Mhm.
good job at setting the stage. Well,
Okay,
free.
Also, Jordan,
Ty.
I have to say I'm sorry, but I'm disappointed with you recently because you're back on your 1.5 star grind. I just see like 6 straight reviews and not a single one is above 2 stars. I'm like, Jordan, what are you doing?
I got a couple threes and or yeah.
And a couple of half and a couple of ones. Like, what are we doing? I am
Still
proud of
keeping
you. I am proud of you for giving Cape Fear 5 stars, even though I've never seen it. I'm just glad that you
Oh,
are
dude,
occasionally
no, you
watching
should
something that
watch
you
Cape
enjoy.
Fear. Both versions are good,
dude, guess
dude.
guess
The De
guess who I
Niro one's
watched that
fun.
with? I watched that with mom. Oh yeah,
I
dude.
mean, it's a
She
good
loved
movie
it.
if you yeah, if you watch it edited,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah, we just skipped over all the disgusting stuff.
Like, isn't there like rape and
Jordan's
stuff like
Jordan's
that?
Jordan's a principled man, Cameron. You
Close.
don't understand.
Yeah.
See, that's the
I
problem.
got
That's the problem
principles.
is Jordan gets mom to think like, oh yeah, these movies are great. And she's trying to re-show somebody that.
Yeah, because I skipped so many scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like she was trying to show me Fargo or whatever, and then she was like, "It's got way more nudity than I remember." I was like, "That's probably because Jordan skipped over a lot of it,
I
mom."
do skip it. It's
I
it's
know.
like watching like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo with my wife, and I skipped over all the bad stuff. Seriously, night and day difference. It's like a different movie
You could say that.
Yeah.
because it's just
Skip over
Jordan
the
even
13
Jordan
minutes
even
of.
covers Jordan even covers the tattoos. Girl, the girl with
It was just a
oh
girl.
yeah,
the
the tattoo.
dragons.
Yeah.
The girl with the dragon, you know? It's like, oh, it's a very different movie.
Yeah, that
No,
reminds me of the
no
classic mix-up
tattoos.
that I was like, oh, isn't that one of mom's favorite movies? Because I was mixing Crouching Hidden Dragon, Crouching Tiger
Oh,
with
that's
Girls
so
Dragon Tattoo. I'm like, I think
funny.
mom loves this. She's always trying to show me. And Jordan's like, there's no way she loves it. I was like, what?
That's
I was like, no,
amazing.
I'm like, literally
That's
had mom try to show
so
me that movie. And
funny.
you were like,
Ugh, she's
there's
trying to
zero chance of
push
that.
it on me.
And then I found out it was Hidden
So
Dragon, Crouching
funny.
Tiger, or whatever it is. I was
Bro,
like,
I think
that is what it is.
that rivals what was it? The Office when Pam and Jim were talking about 28 days and 28 days later. He's like, I
Mm,
kept waiting for Sandra Bullock to show up and all these zombies were running everywhere. That's amazing. Girl with the dragon
Yeah.
tattoo and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It's so
Hidden Dragon.
I'm
Yeah, I'm
also
like, oh yeah, it's like the
watching
cheesy
Girl with the Dragon tattoo.
like Chinese like action movie. It's like, that is not
Oh,
what
you
that
mean
movie
Crouching
is.
Tiger, Hidden Dragon? Oh, yes. You're watching Girl with the Dragon Tattoo waiting for some kung fu. You're like, what's happening?
Yeah.
That doesn't look like kung fu.
Ty, what
Yeah.
have you seen?
Dude, what have I seen? Dude, I went to the movie
Yeah.
theaters last
No
night.
spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
interested in seeing
I
that.
know. I went
I've
and
heard a
saw,
lot of
Oh yeah,
really good
don't.
things about
I
it.
want to see Obsession as
yeah,
well.
I
Yeah,
watched
please don't say anything.
Obsession. Don't worry, I know which I'm starting with it because I won't say much on it.
No paranormal, right?
Uh, yeah, I think you would enjoy watching it, Cameron. I don't
It's
think
just
that.
like psychological thriller obsession kind of. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
that's in the name, but like
yeah. But there was genuine moments of unease, like so. I think you'll like it. It kind of.
one of my work buddies who's he's Mexican, he was like, it's essentially what it's like dating a Latino.
So yeah,
He's
my
like, this is just the
review.
average. He's like, this is the
Yeah,
average Latina
yeah.
girl or whatever.
My review was just, I thank heavens I've never been in a relationship like this, but I've definitely seen people in the wild that have, and you'll
I-
understand it when you watch it
Is
because
it
you're
kind
like,
of like You? Is it like the TV show You at all?
uh, I what
No.
I've little I've
Okay.
seen of you, I don't think so. It's not like Dexter.
Okay.
It's not like you.
Okay,
This is
Well,
different. Like
okay.
well, because at the beginning at least he's like so obsessed with her. Like,
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but you and Dexter are kind of closer, where it's like the
okay.
yeah,
stalker
yeah. This is
and
not
more
that.
like
So what I
internal
recommend.
dialogue, like
Yeah.
almost like
I do
cheesy.
recommend the movie though because either way, like I didn't leave. Like I know some people have said it's like super duper scary. I'm not gonna lie, it did have me on edge a few times, and I've heard people say they refuse to watch it again because either I think they're reminded of exes that have acted like
Triggered, yeah.
this, and yeah, yeah, like they're scarred from their past. But like the after you watch it, because I don't want to tell you. necessarily because I feel like if I mention the other movies that this reminds me of, kind of like what
Oh
I
yeah,
did with
don't say
Ghost
anything.
Dog, you'll think
Yeah.
differently about it, which is why I didn't say anything. But after it's been out a while, or you guys have all seen it, we'll talk about each of the things because there's one thing that reminds me of a movie that recently came out, and there's another thing that reminds me of a movie that came out a long time ago, but they did them differently and really well. So what I like about the movie though is that it feels very expensive, and it's kind of cool because it was all created by a YouTuber. He wrote, uh, directed, and shot most of it. Like he like it was his passion project, right? And it was made like
Yeah,
on
there's a lot
a
of people
budget.
that like
Right.
are kind of up in arms because like certain people were paid initial amounts of money in like the production, and then like
Right.
since it's grossing so much, they're like, oh shit. Like there's one like an art
Right.
director or whatever was paid like $7,000 to $9,000 for their
Right.
work or
But a
whatever, and
lot of
then
them
now that it's
have
grossing millions of
actors.
dollars.
Right. But
Yeah,
even then
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
I'm sure it's
yeah, but like even then it's like they've now demonstrated their worth. Now they'll make more movies
yeah.
like and they'll get
Well,
more
yeah, and that's
funding.
the thing too is
Or
that I'm like,
even like with Napoleon
you,
Dynamite, same thing. Jared Hess, he's like this movie, he paid John Heater $1,000, or maybe it was 2,000 total. But after the movie became a huge hit, he did renegotiate his contract and got him more pay, you know. These things do
yeah,
happen. Like Iron Lung is another
yeah,
example. Markiplier was like, I want to make this movie and this is all I'm gonna pay you now, but if
yeah,
this
or even
takes
Blair
off,
Witch. Like
we'll
Blair
re
Witch was so small. It's like
yeah,
you don't think that those people got
yeah,
more money
yeah,
afterwards.
like eventually it's like, and that's why I never understood that. But also it's like, what a great way to be like, I mean, like again, you had the Raka brothers, the New Zealand brothers that are making the Talk to Me. They made um
Mm.
to Bring Her Back. Then you now have Back Rooms, which I haven't seen, and then you have this, and it's just really
What? They
cool
did
that
Backrooms? Oh no.
another
Okay.
YouTuber that did all the weird lore
Oh.
behind that. So again, a young upcoming director that did a really impressive movie that everyone's going to go see. And it's just really fun because it feels like these are the new Spielbergs, these are the new
Yeah,
Jordan
Iron
Peele's,
Lung
like
was
that are
the other one.
yeah, and like they
Yeah,
have it they're clearly passionate about it, and that shows, and they're very creative because they have a lot to uh they have everything to lose. It's
yeah,
like they're all on the line. They're like, I'm making this movie exactly how I want. And it feels very
well,
unique because when you watch it, like I said, no spoilers, but it was very unique. It reminded me of other things, but
mhm.
it's like this movie
Well,
speaks
and that's what I
very
love
unique to the
is
director's
I
vision. Yeah.
is I is I just feel like that they're committing. Like what's nice is because so many people are so afraid to take those leaps that it is
Yes.
just easier for
Yes.
these smaller peoples
Or
without a reputation to be
yes.
like, I'm going
Or
to take a huge leap
yep.
because I have no reputation. Like
Yes.
instead of just being like, let me just stamp the name of like, oh, this is the requel, the prequel, sequel, or whatever thing. It's just like,
Yeah,
gosh,
it
bro,
feels like a
let it
movie
go.
by committee, right? It's like it has to hit all these
Yeah.
check boxes, whereas this is like it feels like a very interesting and creative
Mhm.
project that was spearheaded by one person. I think,
Yeah.
and even, I know there was other people involved, but it's just really cool when it feels like it has a voice and it feels very unique. So that's
Yes,
what I'll
thank
say
you,
Yeah.
of
about it. And
course.
it feels like a breath of fresh air because even like I'll admit, like it doesn't feel like this massive movie. I was in a packed theater, like
Yeah.
a packed theater,
Well,
and it's been
and
like I
that's what
just think that's so cool. Like people are
and
coming
that's what I
back to
like too,
see
is just because
movies that are good, that are interesting. People want
yeah,
them.
well, and that's what I like is because I feel like movies like that used to not be able to like for example, the two that I think of immediately is like The Signal or
Hmm.
Project like Almanac. It's like both of those are like super small budget films that are like really fun, but it's like you would never see that in theaters, and especially like you're saying, have a packed out crowd. But luckily, I think just because of social media and like things
Hmm.
like that, it just makes advertising for these things so much easier that it's
Right,
like you don't need to be like connected with all these like trailer companies and all this. Like you could literally just drop it on like your trailer on TikTok or something like that, and then it just go viral, and then people will
right.
be like, I want to go see that
But
movie,
but
which I
yeah,
just
and
feel like it makes
yes.
it so much better.
And it's speaking to like again with Zach Krieger doing the weapons, and
Mhm.
he was like I almost put him in that category just because he was like a comedian thing, or with a comedy troupe, Whitest Kids You Know, but now he's doing the Resident Evil movie because he still feels like he's keeping his voice even though he's having to make the studio Resident Evil movie,
Mhm.
right? And you're like, I'm glad that
Even
he's
though he's
not
having to make his
losing.
Alien 3.
Well, because, and again, he only gets this because he's demonstrated his worth by doing the first two movies he did, right? By doing Weapons and by doing Barbarian. He has a distinct take, and they're like, hey, we want you to do the Resident Evil. And it's like, okay, if I do it, this is how I'm gonna do it. And they obviously went with it because it looks
Well,
very
what
interesting. And
makes
everyone jokes it's like, oh, this is the side quest. But I'm like, dude, I'd watch a side quest movie, especially if I care about the guys. And it's the actor that played James and in in
weapons?
Weapons. So I'm like, I'm very invested now because I'm like, I really like that actor and I really care about him, even though I know nothing about his character. I'm like, I hope he makes it out alive, but of course he's probably not. It's a Resident Evil movie and his character's not, it's not Leon or Chris, or even Jill, who's like completely untouchable. So anyway, um, so I would highly
Anything
recommend
else?
you guys go see the movie because there's a lot to enjoy. So it was good. Obsession was really good. And then I did want to see Backrooms, but I haven't been. I couldn't get to the theater to watch another movie. But let me just check my letterbox. I don't think I've seen
Yeah,
anything.
both of those are on my watch list.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, me too.
definitely. Let's see. By me, yeah, Obsession, Ghost Dog. I think that was it for. And then I watched Project Hail Mary. We're gonna do that next week then. Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. So that was the other movie, but it's so funny because I literally watched Project Hail Mary, and before that, I watched Rocket Man with my kids, and arguably they both have the same merits and they have the same star rating, 5 stars. So, um,
Mhm.
a movie,
Mhm.
but I probably
Mhm.
shouldn't say that. But anyway, I just had to say that
Mhm.
because
And I
got it.
got it.
You solved it? No, no, I just got this popcorn kernel. It's been stuck in my
I
teeth.
was stuck in that for
Robin Williams
weeks.
is a treat, dude. And I refuse to view the movie through modern lens. And then and we did Marty Supreme on the podcast, right?
That's maybe one of the worst songs
Last one.
ever that gets stuck in your head. The I got the whole world in
My
my
hands. He's got the
let
whole
it.
world in my hands. I love it. It's amazing. So anyway,
Not me.
I just love that I've seen two astronaut movies and somehow I know they're not the
And,
same
th- and
film.
and three of us have the correct review of Project Hail Mary, and then one of us is a little bit misguided in his
Yeah,
understanding of the
yeah. I'll
movie.
be very interested to hear Jordan's take in defending because I like myself, my samurai dog, ghost dog. I keep calling it samurai dog. I love that samurai dog. I gave it a bad review initially, but then the more I thought about it and then went back and watched other videos explaining stuff, I was like, yeah, I was right. I was very conflicted because I didn't know I was supposed to feel that way. Anyway, so I'm hoping that maybe we can talk to Jordan and maybe he'll understand the error of his ways. But anyway, just very excited to talk about that because Project Hail Mary was probably one of the best movies I've seen of the last 3 years, probably,
Ryan said the
maybe
same
5 years.
thing.
Yeah, like easily. Like it wasn't even
Yeah,
hard
that's
because
excellent.
yeah, just so anyway, can't
Like,
fault it.
yeah,
Rewatch it. I
yeah, I,
literally
I went and people
can't spoil it.
told me it was like it's literally a top four movie for me, and I'm like, oh, bro, that's about to be so overhyped. I went, and I was like, wow, this is actually
It's
amazing.
good. Like I said, I'm not gonna let recency bias get me because I remember feeling that way about Martian and I have rewatched it 0 times. So, but that being said, I remember loving The Martian. Like I remember loving it. I get a science the shiz out of this. I'm like, oh yeah,
See, I also feel
that's awesome.
I also just feel like I feel like a lot of sci-fi to me personally doesn't have a whole lot of rewatch value.
I know, right? But part of me is like, but this movie feels like it does. I will say, I
Yeah,
think
especially
Ryan
like the
Gosling.
super boring ones that like you and Ty, Jordan and Ty love. Like what's that one with the dad and boring?
I don't know what you're talking
What's
about.
what's
Ad
Jordan knows
Astra.
exactly. Yeah,
Wait, which, oh, Ad
that's not
Astra.
garbage. It's just so slow. Yeah, I was
Oh
just
my
like,
gosh, are you serious? Do you think that
yes,
too? Bro,
yeah.
bro,
I'm just not.
you watch the same movie. He falls from the skyscraper. There's a moon battle. Space pirates. There is a evil baboon. I, what are you talking about? Are we watching the same movie here? Why? Yes,
It,
between scenes, there's some dialogue and there's some character development. Is that
all,
what
all,
you're
it- all it
talking
re-
about? That's
all it remi- all it reminded me of was what's the sunlight one, Jordan, with like the
sunshine.
sun, Sunshine is good. I defend that
I
movie.
love
People are
Sunshine.
dumb that for not liking that. Sorry, Cameron. You cannot like it, but
It's just so random. It's like a zombie. It turns into a zombie movie like the last 20 minutes. It's like, what
I
the
don't
fuck am
get
I
it.
looking at?
I loved it. He's trying to
I
sabotage.
love it.
It's great. Yeah, I'm with you, Jordan. People are,
I love religious psychopaths.
yeah, and everyone's like, tonally, it doesn't fit. I'm like, the whole movie just has this feel of like peril, and doom and gloom too. He's like, we're gonna navigate based on my calculate. Oh, I forgot to do the deflector shields. Now we're dead. And you're like, that's the tone of the movie right from the get-go. So the fact that anyone was shocked or surprised or felt like it was a tonal shift, I mean, I'm like, maybe they just didn't like seeing his sleeve get his arm skin being ripped off. I'll give it. It's
Yeah.
pretty horrific. It's like raw chicken. Just anyway. So that's what I've seen, and I'm trying to think if there's any shows. I already talked about Young Sherlock and Love is on the Spectrum. I don't think I've seen anything else that's
Is on the
watching.
spectrum.
Love is a spectrum. No, love on the spectrum. So anyway, that's what I've watched. Jordan, how about you? Go see Obsession.
Um, yeah, I am looking forward to seeing that. I finally finished a few directors that I've had like I love because when a director has like a movie in my top 100, I just check out the rest of his movies just to be like, maybe there's something in there that I'll find that
Yeah, did I
will
did I
also
watch
be
the
in my
best of
top
it?
100.
Did I watch the best that they
Yeah,
could offer, or
is
is
he like a
this
one-hit wonder
yeah?
like
Or
Richard
you're like, oh
Kelly,
my gosh, I
Donnie
got a
Darko?
Tarantino. I got 8 perfect films to go watch, and one really crappy one.
Yeah, so I almost finished with Nicholas Winding Refn. So he did the movie Drive, and I was like, well, I guess I have to watch everything he's ever made. I just have one left until his newest film comes out. Then I'll watch that one too. But I can't really find where to watch this one, Bleeder. But I just finished two of his TV shows, and they're 10 episodes, and they're an hour and a half each. So it's basically 10 movies, and I'm just like, kill me. And there's two.
Well, you're
Um,
not enjoying them?
yeah,
Why are you watching them then?
well, because it's
Because
so
he
weird.
has to, Ty.
They,
Yeah,
I know I have to. It's just this weird like completion thing. Like,
I
I don't know.
know. No, I'm with
And
you in the
It's
fact
called
that
OCD.
yeah, so you know what's so funny? So with Letterbox, I made that watch list and then I just got overwhelmed because I was like, I don't want to watch any of these movies at this moment. So I just stopped doing the watch list thing. But then I just
yeah,
got back into it, Jordan. You were right because I was like, I want to watch a movie, but I'm overwhelmed with how many options there are. I'm like, I just don't even remember because what I'm so saddened is like the recent purchases was so nice. 'Cause I'm like, oh, these are like the movies that have recently. But then I'm like after they leave the recent purchase, I'm like, I don't know where they went. Those movies are just gone now. They're just out there. And I know you still own them. I'm just like, I don't know. No way of knowing, no way of telling. And yeah, I literally think we've entered the stage where it's like I'm getting the paralysis because I'm like, there's so many movies I want to see. And
mm,
even movie like an easy movie I always say, I've actually never seen Apocalypse Now, and it drives me crazy, and I do want to watch it. I know so much about it. I know the quotes from
I
it, but
like
I'm
Ad
like,
Astra better, but
that
that's
I
just me.
know.
You're
See, and
not missing out on much, dude.
I know. See, I know all
It's
these
good.
things. Like I watch movies like Deer Hunter. I watch movies
It's
like
good. It's
Platoon.
overhyped.
Oh, and I know.
To me, it's like the exact same thing as what do you call it? What's the Space Odyssey? Yeah, 2001: Space Odyssey. It's like it's
Yeah.
very
Hey,
revolutionary and
whoa,
like
whoa, whoa.
really good, but it's just
Watch
like
what you
people are
say
like,
here. But
dude,
2001
Space
Space
Odyssey
Odyssey
is
is
so over.
awesome. No, it's fetching awesome. I love that movie, dude. I really do. I watched it being like, this movie was made back in like the 70s. The movie was sick and terrifying. Just like The Shining, dude. He
And
was good. He was good at horror.
another director who I finished their movies was William Eubank. So I like The Signal. I know Ty, for whatever reason, changed his mind. He used to love it. Now he's like, I hate it now.
Oh my gosh. I
Whatever.
never said
A-
I never changed my mind. I said,
Anyways,
what the freak did I just watch? And you were like, oh, this isn't this. I'm like, the movie didn't give us anything. I liked the
uh,
visuals. I like the special
you,
effects. There's no story.
but
There's no story.
so
That one has Lawrence Fishburne, doesn't it?
yeah, I
Yeah.
love
And no
Lawrence Fishburne
story.
so much. And anyways, so I like that and Underwater. Land of Bad is okay, but then I just finished Next of Kin, which is a paranormal activity. It's awful. And then his first film was Love, and uh it's like an indie, I don't know if indie film's the right word, but just like his first film, and he made it with the Angels and Airwaves. So I'm like, oh, a director I really like with Angels and Airwaves. That's not good. Sorry. But
Well, is it not a
I
music
love
video or yeah, is it just a music video? Or
no, it's a
oh,
movie.
oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Angels and Airwaves. What a bunch of
Yeah.
fruitcakes.
Anyway. And then, oh, because mom was here, I'm like, Mom, do you want to help me get through some movies that have been on my bucket list forever? And she did. She helped me watch
Saw one
Anatomy
through
of a
eight.
Murder.
What?
Ana No, Anatomy of a Murder, because that's just been on my bucket list. It's the black and white, and I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't
dude.
want to watch it, but
Is
it's really
that
good.
Jimmy Stewart, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, that was a good
and
one. I
then
like that one.
uh,
Kind of reminded me of 12 Angry
fam
Men. I liked it.
yeah, and then Family Plot, which I actually really like. It's
Family
a
Plot.
Alfred Hitchcock film, and it's got the guy from The Burbs, the military guy,
Oh, Bruce
and
Dern. He's awesome, dude.
yeah, Neighbors a Meatball. Yeah, him. He
Dude, we are
it's so
on
funny. So
alert.
it it has him, and then also Heller from 24, if you remember him. Anyways, he
Heller.
is
Wait, sorry. Remind me who's
he's
Heller again.
so Jack Bauer's wife, the one that, and it's her
Nina.
dad.
No, Nina is the evil one that kills his
No,
wife.
Nina's the evil.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm talking about his wife, his
Jack
mom,
Bauer's wife.
Jack Bauer's wife, and then her dad.
Oh, yes, I remember. If so, you're saying Jack Bauer's news wife.
Yeah, it's this
Like,
guy.
thank you. Yes. Yeah, I know him. He does
Yeah,
kind of look like Bruce Dern too. But yeah, yeah.
yeah. But so, anyways, the film is about when these criminals like end up meeting, like, so they're con artists, and then they end up getting in this whole, like, it's kind of like The Man Who Knew Too Little, where, because I mean, I don't know if that's the best comparison, but they are con artists and they're trying to uh, get some money, but then they meet like professionals and they think that they're onto them, so they're trying to murder them. It's like this weird, like,
No, yeah. I
anyways,
like it.
it's an Alfred Hitchcock film. It's kind of fun.
That is cool. It's
Family
like a, what do
plot.
you call
I
it? Like
enjoyed it.
dramatic irony when the characters don't know information they do.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway,
good.
so that's all I wanted to point out. Oh, and then obviously what I'm looking forward to is
Hokum.
is it called Hokum? Dude, and I've been watching his like short films. I'm like, oh man, he is such a creative director. Like I love his weird, the little bunny. There's something, he
Dude, yeah,
just has
he
these
loves
creative
his
ideas.
rabbits, dude. His
He
rabbits,
does
dude.
love his rabbit.
Dude, he must
Dude,
have
I
had, dude, he
cannot
must have seen
wait.
Donnie Darko and was like, yeah, bunnies are terrifying. Because that rabbit from Donnie Darko is terrifying. And it's probably where he gets
Yes.
all his inspiration from. Because I've never thought his rabbits as scary, but like ever since watching What's His Face, that
Have you ever watched Wallace and Gromit?
the Chris the Whale Rabbit's funny.
The
I
were
mean, it's
rabbit.
not scary. But no, you know what is scary? What's that
It's
watership
scary,
down?
Ty.
There's that
It's
watership down.
claymation. It's very scary.
I think it's called Watership Down or Watershed Down. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like Secret of Nim. There's a bunch of rabbits that get like gored. There's a bunch of rabbits that die.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
in
I
every
need to
Watch Mojo list of like top 10 disturbing movies for
Hate
kids.
Secret of Nim.
Yeah, but Secret of Nim is terrifying, but this is like another level where it's like not only does it show, like Secret of Nim shows like rats getting experimented on. The show's like rabbits dying, like and getting mauled to death by dogs. You're like, okay, Secret of Nim threatened it but never carried it out. This movie did carry it out. You're like,
Dude, that
dang,
that movie left such a scar on me as a kid. Like, remember when? Do you remember the
bro.
the Mouse and the Strawberry book, the kid children's book? It always
Yeah.
made me think of Secret of Nim, and I was
Oh
like,
my
like,
gosh. Dude, yeah,
just
when the mouse is panicking and trying to get the strawberry picked
yeah,
and the bear's coming, I read it to my
yeah,
kids and I'm like doing like boom, 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 the bear's footsteps. My kids were terrified and I was like, I can
yeah.
scare my kids way too easily. They do not watch scary stuff. I'm like, I need to start toughening them up. I was how did Corey watch Alien with you, Jordan? I remember that freaked you out.
Oh,
Alien,
that messed me up.
yeah, it
Yeah.
messed you up because you saw it too young. She's like, she wakes up and she's like, kill me.
No,
Jordan's like,
yeah, it wasn't. The funny part is it wasn't the
yeah,
aliens that
not
scared
the
me. It was
aliens.
the girl
Yeah,
waking
it's
up.
wakes up and is like,
I was
kill
like,
me.
she's
Yeah.
possessed by demons.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Like I've always said, dude, it's when you watch the victims getting affected by it. That's the scariest part of a horror movie. So
People.
anyway,
All right, well, let's
um,
get through Cameron's list. This is going to take
yeah,
another,
Cameron,
you know,
hit us up.
got to set aside the
We'll be
time.
here all
Try to go
night.
as fast as I can.
Yeah.
Um, so we just been watching more Person of Interest in The Office,
Let's
and
go.
then I finally uploaded all of my IMDb reviews from since 2017 into Letterboxd because I didn't know that you could do that. So there was like some edits I needed to do, but it was kind of nice to because it kind of sucked because Letterboxd only had from like 2024 and on, which was kind of like unfortunate just since I've on IMDb, I have like 1,000, like 800 films rated, and then on Letterboxd, I only had like 600. So did that, which was really satisfying. And then, um, aside from that, just been watching. I went to the movie theaters last night with Strider because he wanted to go see Scary Movie with me, which was kind of fun.
Bro,
Just
scary
because
movie.
like we would always like especially for Halloween's we would always watch Scary Movie together down at college. Um, with Jake and them, and they would all be high, and we would just watch it, and just everyone would die laughing. Dude, the amount of times I've cried from the first one. Oh, but this one, honestly, I think holistically is the second best in the series.
No
Um,
way.
because
Which
just
probably
because I
isn't
think
saying a lot because you don't like the other
yeah,
ones, right?
yeah. I mean, I gave it a 6 out of 10. So
Oh,
the
okay.
first one I gave a 10 out of 10. So
Yeah, I'm literally like,
um,
oh, it's like the second
just
best
because
one.
to
Yeah.
me the like 2 through 5 have great scenes, but it's one of those where you have to skip through so much to like get good scenes. Whereas I felt like this one was um like a lot of the topics were just kind of it was like making fun of random things and just like some of the comments that they were saying and like some of the lines like I know Jordan would think is funny too. Like one of the lines was like this guy's like because this lady's like she's essentially like the PC character, and then
Mm.
she's getting like stabbed, and then like this one guy walks up to her. He's like, why is my masculinity toxic? He's like, why can't I just be masculine? And he goes, I love women and sports, just not together. And they stab her. um, and there was just like a lot of like really dumb lines like they're also like a Get Out like parody. It's just really funny. Um and like he's just like scratching at the thing and there's like essentially just like gallons of the puff like cotton like in the room just because he's like so nervous. Um and then um that was fun. And then, but I'm also really excited to go see Backrooms and Obsession in theaters. And then
Yeah,
also
dude.
Supergirl comes out at the end of this month that I'm pretty excited for.
Dude,
Just because
what are
it's
you
kind of like the
excited
second,
for? What are
it's
you
the
Cameron's a
second,
excited
it's the
for?
superhero
second.
geek.
Yeah. Well, one, I'm a DC nerd. And secondly, it's the second movie in James Gunn's new like DC verse. So, and then I'm excited because Clayface comes out this fall, which is looking like a body horror and it's going to be rated R. So I'm excited for that just because they're kind of like there's a lot of scenes from uh the trailer that almost like mimic the animated Batman series with
Mm.
Kevin Conroy. And just how like how they portrayed Clayface in that because Clayface is like a successful actor who become like is starting to have like his face is like starting to like age and stuff like that. And so he wants to try to put on this cream to like essentially be able to mold his face into how like to look younger and stuff like that. And then like has the issue and then becomes like that. And so it becomes kind of more of like a body horror, which
Are
I'm pretty interested to see.
Mm.
are you gonna watch either one of you gonna watch the Spider-Man noir? I
Oh,
started
the
it.
show. I didn't
I
know it was a
couldn't
show.
I couldn't
I
get
thought it was
into
a
it.
movie and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And then but the fact that they're a show, I'm like, they're just trying to milk it.
Yeah, I couldn't do it because I was like, I'm not gonna sit through this like a million hours. I'm done.
Yeah, that's the problem. See, to me, if it was like really tight and it's like, oh, it's 4 episodes, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. But then it's almost always like 8 to 12 episodes, and then it's like nothing. Like you have to watch the first episode, and then like episode 4, and then like 6, 7, 8 to like get like the full arc. And I'm just like, that's just too much. Like, can't we just condense this? Um, but yeah, I was really surprised that I saw that someone were watching it. It makes sense that it was you, but bummer that you couldn't really get into it. And then
I'm
um,
just I'm
just
done with superheroes. I'm done.
Yeah,
I just been watching.
Jordan and Grant are the only two Nick Cage loyalists. I'm agnostic. He's made some stinkers, but don't get me wrong. Jordan thinks he can
Yeah.
do no wrong.
And to be the antithesis of Jordan, what I've been watching a lot is just more animated superhero stuff. I've watched Batman and Robin, which is super good. It's one of my favorite like concepts. It's just essentially the villain of the movie is the Court of Owls, which is essentially just all of the elites of Gotham have a secret society and like essentially control kind of everything.
I'm surprised you're
And
not going to watch Spider-Man though, because it's like really high reviews right now. So I just
oh, really?
yeah.
Maybe I would. See, but to
Don't think
me,
of it as Nick Cage.
I love DC. The only Marvel that I like really love is Spider-Man. But
Yeah.
like Spider-Man Noir, I just feel like is so kind of like niche off of Spider-Man that it's just like
Mm.
It does
it
feel very
feels
much
more like
like
a Nick
a
Cage movie.
yeah, and it does feel very much like in my mind it's like the one joke is like, oh, that dame, I'm at the bar, I'm fighting these like it's like I already know the tone, so it's like, is there more to it
Yeah.
than that? Like
Well, and
maybe
that's
there
kind of the thing
is,
too, is
yeah,
I feel
but
like
it
I know
feels
every single joke. Like
yeah,
and like he was a good character in Spider-Man to the
yeah.
Spider-Verse, but I wasn't like, I need
I
more Spider-Man
need
Noir.
to see him more.
It's
Yeah.
like the same thing. Like I wasn't like I need more like Spider Pig or Spider Ham or
Yes.
like
Yeah.
the robot
Robot.
girl
Yeah.
Penny Parker. I'm like I need more Penny Parker. I'm like no, like I like I like them in the movie and they're fine, but I'm like the only one I would want to see more of that hasn't gotten their own movie is Miguel. I'm like I would love to see a Spider-Man 2099 movie or show, but
Yeah, I'd
um
actually give you that. Yeah, I'd watch one about Miguel, like maybe someone that matters, not like not like a one note joke character. I mean, like
yeah
literally, you want to talk about two dimensional? He's a black and
It
white Spider-Man who
well no it but
who
it's a detective noir film, so it's basically Batman. That's
right.
why I thought
Well,
he would be interesting.
which I would find more interesting, but again, he's still Spider-Man, and he'd still like what am I trying to say? It's like yeah, like Casablanca. It's like the trench coat, the fedora. He's trying to solve the crime. He's dark and brooding, but it's just like I don't know. It's like is it a joke? Like I don't even know the tone. I haven't even seen a trailer for this thing, but I have seen advertisements posted around like on other shows that I watch
yeah.
or on YouTube. It's like, oh, watch the noir thing. I'm like, I didn't even know that was announced, but I feel like Sony Animation or whatever, whoever does
Guys,
the
like
But it is it
it's
they
announcing it too tight. He's like, I didn't know it was announced. It's like, well, this is the announcement.
No,
You
see,
can't.
I
no,
know.
but
Yeah, I'm like, when did
I
they
will
come
say,
out with
Jordan,
that
one of the
movie?
reasons that I'm kind of like getting sick of that is just because the show, The Gotham Crusader, which is coming out with a new season in a couple of weeks, um, like I'm probably gonna watch it just because I'm a Batman whore, but like it's kind of in that same vein that it's leans so heavy into the detective noir, but it's like it's almost like it's literally just like a detective noir with the skin of like Batman, and I'm just like, and it's like the font of that, and I just feel like I'm like, this isn't super Batman, and like they're just changing a lot of things about characters, and which is surprising because Amazon Prime shows usually are pretty good, but
You have more
and then
class.
also watch
You're not a Batman whore, Cameron. You're much classier. You're like a Batman bimbo.
a high end I'm a high end what do you call it escort,
Awesome.
um
Or you could
but
just say
and then
Batman fan. Fan work
Um, and
too.
then I also watched Son of Batman, which is one of my favorite. Um, it's my second favorite Robin, which is just Talia al Ghul and Batman's son, who's raised by the League of Assassins, and then it's Batman trying to essentially like
Whoa,
teach
is it
him how
League
to
of
not be so
Shadows?
brutal.
Is it League of Shadows or League of Assassins?
League of Assassins or League of Shadows.
I think
I
it's
love checking
League
your
of
letterbox,
Shadows.
and then just like in between each film, there's a superhero movie. It's just like
Yeah,
this Batman,
yeah,
this
yeah.
Batman.
I'll always
Awesome.
watch like an actual movie and then like cartoon. But then I've one it was something I'd been wanting to rewatch is Cheaper by the Dozen, and um I
Nice
rewatched it and
FedEx.
I was surprised at how much I loved it. I it's just it's such like a heartwarming and just like fun family movie, and like definitely something I'm going to show my kids. Um, plus, like
Speaking of Your Brother Does and Steve Martin, I just watched Father of the Bride. Thank you for reminding me of another movie I did.
I was wondering who was watching
Yeah,
that.
that was me.
Um,
Yeah, my wife and I
and the
watched.
first one I gave a 9 out of 10. It was awesome. And then the second one I rewatched or I watched, I didn't remember much of it. It definitely wasn't as good as the first one, but still like really good messaging. And I just think it's like a fun way to look at kind of parenting. And it reminds me a little bit of like our family, just because there's a lot of kids and just kind of like the complexities of it.
And we bullied you like
Um,
FedEx. Nice
no,
move,
it's not
FedEx.
that.
Did they still bully
Um,
him in the second, or did they have a different character arc in the second? They're
no,
still
yeah,
picking
it's a
on that
different, yeah.
ginger. Oh, good for
No, no,
them.
yeah. Um, they're essentially competing like with this rich family, and it's essentially like this rich family that has like all the kids are like perfect children, but then they're like they love how the Shoe Brother Dozen family lives, and then like
Mm.
the parents of the Shoe Brother Dozen are kind of like, oh my gosh, like these kids are all geniuses, or whatever, but it's like, but they're miserable, and so it kind of sheds light that it's like yes, you want your kids to have, like lead successful lives, but it's like it's also important that they feel loved and like accepted and not like that feel that love isn't conditional. Um,
You're touching on something that my dad sent me. He sent me this video of like, he's like, I gotta, it literally, okay, here it is. It was called like Shitsuge, which is hilarious because I'm very immature. When I heard that, I was like, that sounded very wrong. But it's just a form of parenting style where if your kid's crying on a subway, you just sit there and let your kid cry it out. And it's like, yeah,
mm,
we in America, we rush to the kid's side. We try to quiet him and try to calm him and assuage him to stop crying while we're in public and stuff. And he goes, this is wrong for all these reasons. And then I was like, look, I don't know who you are or what you're trying to sell, but like I just looked up what's going on in Japan right now. And it's like you got record low births, widespread solitary deaths, you got deaths by overwork, you got high suicide rates, you've got
yeah,
high conviction rates. So I literally looked it up and I was like, yeah, we can learn a few things. Let's just apply Shitsuge, your parenting style, and just ignore our kids so we can be more like these people. Anyway, it just made me laugh because again, part of me was like, yeah, you could take the good and bad from any culture, and you should. Like, you should be a wise steward of anything. Like, if there are bad parenting styles that have been passed down by tradition, you should examine those and eliminate them from the way you raise your kids. But anyway, that just made me think of that when you said that, Cameron, about it's just
yeah,
very interesting that I don't know. Anyway, I'm get off my high horse, but
yeah,
it was just making me laugh because it's like, wow, we're doing it wrong. And I'm like, yeah, but we don't have the high suicidality and death by overwork, like,
yeah.
and that sense of, dread that, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, I'm
that's
bringing
actually
dishonor
kind
on
of the
my
focal
family
point
because I
of
got a
the rental
B.
family. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the rental family is really good about that, and it's essentially Brendan Fraser just helping these people process like the difficult emotions in Japan because they feel like they can't actually talk it through with like their parents, so they like will have a surrogate parent essentially,
that dude
and they'll
looks,
be able to have that
it looked really
conversation.
good. Yeah, looked really good.
Um, but and then the last movie that I watched was what was it? Oh yeah, I rewatched Taken just because Allie's siblings really wanted to watch it. They're like, oh, I want to see this movie, and or it was her cousins. That's what it was, and um, like it was funny. It always surprises me. For some reason, I just thought there was like a lot more to it, but at the same time, I was like, it makes sense. It's just like a perfect B action movie. Um, but for some reason, I just also like remember being more violent. But I think it's also just because Liam Neeson is just like Liam Neeson, and like I've seen movies like The Gray and stuff like that where it is more violent. But
Yeah,
it was like relatively tame. But it's like
yeah,
to me, it's like that perfect
just quick
like
takedowns.
move
Yeah,
like yeah, exactly. Like that you can show to like kids and they'll be like, oh yeah, this is kind of scary. But I mean, there's even still some harsh like scenes in it just because it's like the concept is literally just like human trafficking.
yeah,
So like
yeah.
that's why it's just like insane. But and that's why like we kind of made some jokes about it while we were watching it. That it's just like I was glad that he like helped one of the girls, but it was just funny that he like would find these people and he's like, "You're not my daughter. Get out of my way." It's just like these are still people suffering.
I'm sure your
But like I
I'm
get it
sure
that
your
he
father will be here soon to get you.
exactly. I'm like not everyone
I'm here
has
looking for my
literally the
daughter. Get out of
Terminator
my
as
way,
a
you stupid
dad.
bimbo.
Yeah. And so like
So
that's the thing
funny.
that was just funny. It was like we just kind of made jokes about that. But he did like end up helping that one girl that like he had like direct contact with. And it is kind of one of those situations where it's like you can't save them all. It's like these are a bunch of criminals. Like you can't take down the whole like mob by yourself. This is John
I
Wick.
don't know. They did
Um
three take it. Did he not take it down by the end? I thought he took down the whole by the end.
I don't even remember what Taken 2 and 3 are about, but I just know I've watched them, but I don't remember a single thing. The only thing I can remember from Taken 3 is just honest trailers making fun of the quick cuts of him jumping over a fence.
The
That was
best.
like
I
six
know I never saw
cuts
Take It
just for
3,
him
but
to.
that's the only thing I've seen from it is like, and
That's the
here's an
only thing I
example of
remember
him
is.
jumping over the fence, and it's just like 18 cuts.
I'm like, couldn't we just got a stunt double to jump? Like,
Or even, yeah, just like do it like they did in Captain America, where they had like the way they shot it, where Chris Evans leaps over a fence. You low angle
mm,
the shot, you make a miniature fence that he jumps over. Like, it would not have been
yeah.
hard to like, I don't know, it's just really funny that
Yeah, if we can make Tom Cruise like look tall, then I'm sure we could make Liam Neeson jump
yeah, I
over.
know, right? You just make him leap over
That's the
it.
funny thing. That's the funniest thing is that like Tom Cruise uses like all like the movie magic for everything except the stunts. He's like,
That's
oh,
so
can we
funny.
make
Yeah.
me look
Yeah.
taller?
What's
And
so
it's like,
impressive
oh,
is it apple
we
crate to
don't.
make him look taller,
Yeah,
bro.
he's like, oh yeah, we could also just do VFX for you hanging on the side of the plane. Why would we do that?
Why would we do
Like,
that? I could just do it
okay.
myself. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it was fun watching that, and there was just some like good action. Um,
That was like watching Maverick, Top Gun Maverick, and there was one shot I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot Tom Cruise was short," because there was like they had this high angle. It's the only time I'm like, "Oh wow, they do such a good job at making him look
yeah,
bigger
and it's
than he
just like yeah,
is."
every single shot, like there's no full body shots of him walking next to anyone. It's always just like different angle, or it's like them talking or whatever. And
It
it's
would be
also like
so
very rare that
funny
you see
if
them like
like
standing next
they
to each
it'd
other.
be
It's like
so funny to be the
shot, reverse
editor.
shot.
Can you imagine being the editor where you see like Tom Cruise and he like steps off the crate and then walks across the room? And he's like, doesn't even clear the counter. And you just see like the top of his head would be the funniest thing. Like someone needs to release that footage. That would be
Well,
like
Yeah.
so
oh,
funny.
they already did
Well,
that in like Family Guy. It's like this little shrimpy.
I can't
Really?
I can't imagine how many. I bet he's had some conversations, especially like earlier in his career, like with like probably editors. That's like, you think you're trying to make me look shorter? And like,
He's
oh
like,
man,
I'm
it's
gonna
just
walk
a
in.
shot,
You're
okay?
gonna be sitting. No, he's like, you're gonna be sitting on a couch when I come in. So like they're all sitting. Tom
Mhm.
Cruise walks in, he's standing, and then he sits down on the couch. We're on even playing field, dude. So
Yeah, it's
funny.
hard to look short when you just post it up like this.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I'm excited to watch those, and I'm halfway through, of course, another Batman movie.
I'm currently watching it now.
But also there it was fun. I went through like my top 200 and like because there was like a couple that I needed to sort out, and then I also have created like my All American Rejects playlist, which is just fun because I had originally created it, but then I deleted it when I created my top 200, which essentially my All American Rejects playlist is just anything that was in my top 100 or 200 at any time that's gotten bumped out. And it's just kind of fun to see some of the ones that like I'm like, oh yeah, like just ones that like initially I loved, and then like after looking at it more, like rewatching, just didn't hold up. Just like for example, like Project Almanac, or even like The Good Lie, um, or what's another good example?
Was Good Lie Reese
There's just
Witherspoon? No,
yeah, uh-huh. And
that's a really good
then
movie, yeah.
yeah, or even just like Ghost Story, where ones where I'm like, oh yeah, it was like super good when I watched it, but I'm like, I have zero desire to ever rewatch it, and I'll never tell anyone to ever watch it. So it's like, but it is still like objectively a really good film, but like just things like that. But
Or
yeah, that's pretty much
Aloha.
it.
Why was that ever in any top
I
anything?
need to see. I've added it. There's a couple of them
So
that I want to
bad.
rewatch because I'm like, because Jordan and other people keep gaslighting me and be like, this movie sucks, and it's got like
Which one,
terrible
Jordan?
reviews, and I'm like,
Which Which one for you?
Aloha. It's Bradley
Aloha.
Cooper, Rachel McAdams, and Emma Stone.
Oh, well, see, you already answered. Now I know why
I
you
know.
you went so high. It's got Rachel
I know. That's why
McAdams.
I'm like
That's
I'm
all you
like
needed.
was I like skewed that much by just because Rachel was in it?
Yes. Yes, you were. Yes.
Yes.
Probably. But yeah, it's I'm there's some of them that I'm kind of excited to watch, but there's other ones that I'm like, yeah, I just don't really ever have a desire to rewatch them.
Good stuff, dude.
Like oh yeah, Daddy's Home also just did not hold up. Also ones that I like Evan Almighty I used to love, but I'm like I haven't seen Evan Almighty in like 15 years.
Yeah, it's not a movie at the top of my rewatch list.
You might be surprised
Yeah.
though. Sometimes, occasionally, like Good Burger, I was so worried about rewatching that, and then I'm like, oh, this is a
It's and
perfect
then you
film.
remember that it's literally perfect.
Dude,
Yeah, it's the best.
I watched
Is it
Rocketman
because
with
I'm
my
black?
kids. It's because I'm black. Dude,
I'm
watched
but
Rocketman
you
with my kids and they thought it was like the funniest thing and I was like, yeah, this is the right age to be watching this movie with them because I've tricked them into thinking this is a cinematic masterpiece, you know?
uh-huh.
Literally like when he gets launched off of the spinny track that literally had my son laughing so hard and he goes bursting through
Yes.
the wall and he's like, "What's the first rule here at NASA, children? Safety." And he goes bursting through a wall. He's like, so
I can
good.
just see him going, "Ah."
Like,
He had such an aggressive laugh. I love it.
oh, I know. My son is he's he's very
I'm like,
into it.
whoa there, settle down.
And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah, ha, 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 yeah, yeah.
Shinga.
I know, I was doing the laugh from Hot Fuzz. I
Yeah,
knew Jordan would get that.
I know that laugh.
Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was thinking of SpongeBob when he's like, not at all, boy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Am I ugly?
Oh my gosh. Well, freak.
I don't know, boy.
Is that all, Cameron? That wasn't a very long list, dude. We're going to bed at a
Oh
reasonable
no,
hour.
Yeah.
it's hallelujah.
That's it. That's a wrap. Leave us an email, futuremovies@gmail.com. Leave us a comment and tell us a movie that you'd like us to review. If we got our opinions are wrong and you don't like Ghost Dog, Samurai Dog, kick your dog, man. I don't care. Kick you to the curb.
Gosh, no.
I'm getting late. Abuse an animal, as Cameron said. Do it when no one's looking. Is that what he said?
I said that about children, okay? I would
We
never
should
abuse
not.
my animal.
No, never hurt animals. Kids, you can hurt
That's
your
where I
kids.
draw the line.
That's
Kids, yeah.
so funny. Oh my gosh, that's where I draw the line. I was gonna say we should end our episodes by adding in like, do we want to take anything back? Do you want to maybe perhaps apologize to the lovely listeners here about a bad take you had, maybe?
I'm not leaving.
I'm not, if I'm leaving. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, go check out Samurai Dog. Oh my gosh, I did it again. Ghost Dog.
Ghost dog.
That was an actual mistake that time.
Way of the samurai.
Way of the Samurai. Yeah, see, anyway. It, it's the black fella that runs the pigeons. Shoot one of his pigeons, send him a message. Bye.
Also, RIP that one black dude on that roof that just got shot for no reason. And they're like, is he black?
His
He
death
didn't
will,
look like him.
his
For
death will
some
be
reason, it
avenged.
felt like it wasn't him.
Thanks, listeners. Bye bye.